News Central, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting has just announced that it will soon shut down because of the successful Republican-led efforts to defund local PBS and NPR stations across the country. Of course, last week, President Trump signed a law clawing back congressionally approved federal funding for public media and foreign aid as well.
CNN's Brian Stelter broke this story. So, Brian, what does this mean for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and for public broadcasting?
This means the money is officially drying up effective September 30th. And so the nonprofit agency that sent this money out to local stations across the country is shutting down. About 100 staffers losing their jobs. This is a political victory for President Trump because he tried several different ways this year to defund public media, to take out this Corporation for Public Broadcasting. He even tried to fire 3 of the board members, resulting in a lawsuit in federal court. Well, now that lawsuit is moot. It's going away because the entire corporation is going away. The federal funds will stop effective at the end of September because of the rescissions. And there was a recent effort earlier this week in Congress to try to find a new way to try to get money for NPR and PBS. That fell flat as well. There is simply no way the Republicans are going to budget money for NPR and PBS right now due to allegations of bias at those networks. So these local stations will be they're the ones that will suffer, and they're going to suffer in different ways. You know, I was speaking to the head of a public media network in Hawaii that said, look, it was only 6% of our budget. 94% of the budget there is from other sources of revenue, from donors and foundations. So big stations like that across Hawaii, they will survive. Smaller stations in more rural areas may struggle as a result. Here's what Patricia Harrison, the CEO of CPB, said in a statement moments ago. She said, despite the extraordinary efforts of millions of Americans who called, wrote, and petitioned to Congress to preserve the federal funding, we now face the difficult reality of closing our operations. So what that means essentially is they're going to help local stations and show producers figure out how to survive without this federal funding. And like I said, there are lots of different pathways forward. You know, it's about raising money from viewers and listeners, perhaps in some cases getting states to bear more of the burden. We're now going to find out what it means to have public broadcasting without actual public dollars attached from the federal government.
Brian Stelter, thank you so much for the update to that breaking news.